Hello and welcome everyone. The game I've got set up here is called Armies and Alliances Arnhem 44. Um, the abbreviation that is actually found in the box is A&A Arnhem, but let me make clear that it's not actually Axis and Allies Arnhem, but Armies and Alliances Arnhem. It does have a few things in common with Axis and Allies, which for instance is, the miniatures. And I've done a couple of partial playthroughs along with a friend of this game, and the game mechanics are actually quite different to an Axis and Allies game. So other than the miniatures and the intentional or unintentional, whatever, allusion to the name, the game itself is, as I said, quite different. There are a few things in common there. It's relatively simple and that it has miniatures, but as you can see, the game board actually has hexes and everything, so it is quite different enough. Here you can see the starting setup and actually the Allied airborne units, which are the ones that you can see on the map. Actually still have to spread out because as per setup instructions, there cannot be more than one unit in a hex. Later on, there can actually be four, and there are also limits to the number of types that can be in one hex. So I still have to spread them out, but I just wanted to show you the actual starting setup. But again, keep in mind that there can only be one in a hex at this time. So I still have to spread them out. Obviously, what you want to do, and things that I found out through the playtesting, is to keep German reinforcements from arriving to Nijmegen over here. Because this is, as it was historically, a pretty crucial bridge, and this is the one in Arnhem, and the victory conditions are actually about eliminating enemy steps, which means that a unit is a step, and the little chip you can see beneath, or roundel, it constitutes another step. So most units have one step. You actually have playing cards in play as well, and they're a bit hard to see because I put them on the reinforcement cards, but here are a number of cards, and some cards for the Germans as well, and some cards actually allow you to put an extra roundel beneath a unit, but normally speaking they will have two, so you get points for that, victory points, and the Allies get victory points as well for getting units across. Which one is this? This is the Vaal River, and I believe they get even more units, more points for getting units actually across to Arnhem, and the Germans score points for preventing that, also for eliminating enemy steps, and also for getting Allied units out of supply. The Germans, by the way, in this game are always in supply, and the Allies have to make sure that they stay in supply. Well, I'm not going to go into the supply rules in detail, but they're relatively simple, but they actually do work wonders. They work fantastically. The game has 10 rounds in which you have to achieve victory, and that's basically it for now. So as I told you, I've had a couple of partial playthroughs with a friend of mine, and now I'll try a complete solo playthrough, and I'll also inform you about the combat mechanics, movement, and all the other rules that come into play. Actually, otherwise the board wouldn't fit. You should actually look at it like this. So this is the south, and starting, and this is where 30th Corps enters the board. They'll have to fight their way through Eindhoven and up the road. So this would be Hell's Highway, I suppose, all the way up to Nijmegen, and then hopefully for the Allies, all the way up to Arnhem in the north of the map. Obviously, the Germans will want to hold 30th Corps, which enters on turn 2. They will want to hold them up by blocking the roads. There are actually ZOCs in play as well, zones of control. So if you have a German unit, for instance, here, you actually have a German unit here. So if an Allied unit wanted to move here, they would actually have to stop because they enter an Allied ZOC. And the same would be true, obviously, for 30th Corps trying to move up here. So for the Germans, it would be great if they can actually move down here. But the Allies always go first. So if they're smart, they'll prevent that. They will not want the Germans to hold up 30th Corps here, which they can do with a relatively small force, as we found out during those playthroughs. Holding up is all they really need to do. They don't need to actually completely destroy the Allies, which is probably impossible anyway. But that's the idea. So I've really enjoyed those partial playthroughs with a friend. And well, let's see if we can get a bit further now that I've got a better understanding of the rules and everything. So let's see how it all plans out. Thank you very much.